great good. You're watching MPC, Mind Power Composition. Big up everyone supporting Less Effort, supporting UK hip hop. My musical influences and background range from when I was a kid. My brother was very into rock and played guitar and that sort of thing. Getting along with him, I always sort of picked that up. Going through school, you know, everyone goes through every sort of genre. Maybe drum and bass, garage, into hip hop, into a bit of jungle, everything. But always had a love for hip hop from the beginning. Something was always there. Never really had a proper background or influence from anyone. But yeah, hip hop's always shone through for me, and creating it is just part of it. I acquired my first productive music item would have been a little mini sort of Casio keyboards when I was a youngster. You know, everyone had the little keyboards in there when they were a kid, messing about with that, hitting the buttons. That sort of thing was pretty enjoyable, and you know, got the grown-up versions in that, so that's how it goes. Wasn't really shown the ropes, but you know, pressing buttons, seeing what happens. That's how you sort of experiment, trial and error. That's how you pick up what works and what doesn't work, and that's how you learn for me. I acquired the keyboards, I think it was a birthday present, I can't remember, I must have been around early teens. And yeah, it was just sort of trial and error learning it. Back in them days you couldn't look stuff up on the internet as much. There wasn't apps to look up keyboard chords and that sort of thing, but yeah, it's just sort of seeing what sounds nice and with that, maybe trying to replicate some songs. I didn't really feel that I mastered the Casio. I think at the time I probably ended up getting bored of it and was trying other instruments, but I guess you can never sort of master a keyboard fully. But I progressed on to MIDI keyboards and using DSTs, and the Casio's hopefully gone to a good home somewhere. I feel it was the right piece of gear. It's kind of, helps get me to the level, got me interested in making music and seeing how accessible it was, and seeing technology progressing and computers advancing, keyboards getting more complicated and everything happening that way. It's just one of the things I look back on when I started. The equipment that I'm using nowadays is a MacBook Pro, set up with Ableton, got the MPD 32 for sampling, and a Stanton turntable, bit of sampling and just listening to vinyls, and a MIDI keyboard, and that's good enough for me for sampling. The equipment I've used over the years has mainly been PCs and digital based, more software than equipment to be honest, but I appreciate like how good hardware and equipment is, but it's been easier for me to get PC and software based things. I prefer software over hardware only because of how easily available compared to hardware it is for me. I mean, some synths that would be nice to have and that sort of thing, but you can get them replicated in software. They sound sort of the same, but obviously it's not the same as hardware, but it's much more accessible for people to get. I don't really have that much of a favourite brand of musical equipment. I guess I would say obviously Akai, just because of the MPD that I've got, which is like an MPC but with no guts. Obviously you've got to respect Akai for making an MPC as well. But yeah, the USB stuff they do is pretty good. But yeah, again, mainly I'm a software guy, so a lot of VSTs, but they're a secret. For a beginner, I would recommend, if you want to just sort of dabble in doing sort of production, you can get demos of Ableton, you can get demos of Logic, see what they're like, you know, see how you get on with them. If you start getting on with it, then see if you can get a full version, get a controller or something. Personally, that's the way I do it, and I feel like technology has opened up to so many people. I chose software over hardware just because I've always had PCs, I've always been working with PCs. The software appeared that you could make music using, so it's been a natural progression. I've sort of worked in IT and always been around PCs, so it's been easier to pick up than trying to get into hardware, although that would obviously be a nice thing to do as well. My views on sampling change every week. Just do whatever you think is good, do whatever you think sounds nice, use whatever you want, how you want. The genre of music I find myself sampling the most is normally from what we find on the charity shop vinyls, but I do try and tend to pick up jazz vinyls. Movie soundtracks are also pretty decent if you're lucky enough to find some. Do I show my samples? Well, no. It's up to me. I mean, the only way you're going to really find out what I've been using is normally between the guys that I produce with in the house. Cousin Benson and Turk, mainly the guys that I produce with. And yeah, I mean, if people need to know, then yeah, you can find out, but we prefer to keep it a little secret. I acquire samples mainly through vinyls. Again, yeah, the sort of random vinyls you pick up or the specific ones you go out for. Again, yeah, whosampled.com, look up a sample you've heard in a song, figure out who it's by, find out what else they've done, go and listen to their stuff, see if you can get that on vinyl. You can always look up on YouTube as well. You can use YouTube to sample from, although it's not advised, but it's up to you. Favourite software to sample with is Ableton. It's powerful enough for what I need to do. It's time stretching, you can handle any sort of format. Anything you throw at it, split up onto the pads, does the job. I tend to focus on samples over drums when I'm putting a beat together. To be honest, most songs start out finding a sample, coming across it on a vinyl, coming across it on a song, get that into Ableton, get that chopped up, pitch it up, mess about with it, then add like drum I've already got made, or just a drum loop, get a rough prototype of the beat going, and then move on from there. I mean, I do think obviously drums are the backbone of a sort of a hip hop song, and it's something that I definitely feel I'm weaker at, and something I want to work on more. First favourite instrument would probably be the keyboard. One of the earliest things I picked up. Simple actual device. Been made into a lot of different things, so spawned a lot of different types of music. Something I'd like to progress on more and pick up. The second instrument would be a turntable, which some people would probably not say is actually an instrument, but people have definitely used it to make and change music, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's good that vinyl's on the comeback. I can kind of play guitar, something I used to do at school and did mess about with, plugging into the computer, using effects on that sort of thing. Used it on a couple of tracks, just sort of made stuff that I think sounds nice. It's nice to put like delays on and lay it down over drums and that sort of thing. Again, over tracks I've just been using keyboards, making sounds that I think just sound nice. If I could learn to play any instrument, I'd either have to master piano or drums, really, and I'd probably choose drums just because that would breathe life into making songs. If you could have a drum kit all sort of mic'd up and ready to go, that'd be a pretty good instrument for me. If I could have any two producers to work with now, the first one I'd pick would be Madlib. The style and the way he produces has been such an influence on the stuff that I've done, and sort of he got me into a lot of music that he sampled from, and the way he's done it. The artist that he created called Quasimodo, that album was something I listened to when I was growing up quite a lot. And yeah, he's definitely one of them. And another producer I like to work with is a Russian guy called Beatmaker Beat, aka Space Kid. He's gone mad, progressive fast, like he's got sort of a Soviet hip hop style. The sort of samples he uses, he's got a lot of vintage synthesizers and real nice setup, and the sound producing has just been awesome. He was doing something with Premiere recently. If I can have it 2 MCs to having a song, first guy would be Jest. Obviously he's got classic UK hip hop albums. I don't know anyone who won't want Jest on a track. The albums that he released, again influenced a lot of my stuff and got me into UK hip hop. I know a lot of people probably got into UK hip hop through him as well. The second MC I'd want, sticking with sort of a strong UK hip hop because it's so strong right now, would be Lee Scott, Blah Records. He's just got his own culture thing going on. It's a pretty good idea, and it's got some good bars. My top 3 producers would be, again, Madlib, just because the amount of stuff he's released, jazz-wise. B-Mega Beat, as I mentioned earlier, he's been a real influence on my sort of spacey sound, spacey sort of future hip-hop sort of style. And DJ Premier, Gangstar, influenced everyone. As I was growing up again, sort of thing to listen to. Right now I'm feeling Joey Badass. Last album he's done is another banger. It's good to see US hip hop that isn't just guns and money and that sort of thing. There's another guy, John Wayne, just recently out on Stone's Throw. Records, raps and produces himself. Check it out. First track I want to show, it's called Broken Ladders, which by Ray Vendetta, aka Ray of Light, off the Effortless EP, available on the Great Good Bandcamp. This one's featuring Saab as well. This is the beat that I produced for Ray. We ended up doing the Effortless EP out of it, and it's one of my favourite tracks to come off it.
Serving up a hot plate,
it's actually quite an old beat. Ray said he liked it, so see what we did with it. Got Saab on the track to put in some nice soul samples you hear over the chorus in a minute. Got a video done for it, filmed live with some graffiti. Roy Benson on the video. Right back. Next one I want to showcase is a beat I've made called Flying Carpet Rides. This was just one of the samples I come across that had one of them nice little piano rolls. Got it on MPD, pitched it down a little bit, messed about with some drums, and then just come across a nice little funky sample on it. It's one of my favourite little beats recently. Next on our showcase is a track I produced with Ray Vendetta called Fly Symphony, featuring All Star Stacks. This is off the Effortless EP again. This is one of my favourite tracks as well because it's orchestral hook. This is from some vinyl I found years ago, one of them classic sort of orchestral vinyls that you think probably isn't going to be worth much, but this sample come through, and it's another sort of spacey, orchestral, odd joint, but one of my favourite tracks.
The lift door shut, I'm on the way to the top floor, no posh boy.
Next beat I want to showcase, a track called Yukon. This one I produced with Cousin Benson, a housemate, Ellie representing. This is the beat we made together, trying to get him into learning Ableton. This is what come from it. So this was the instrumental we put together, which then changed into the Smell It and Piff remix from, there was an RLD comp with an acapella, so this was our entry. It's turned into one of my favourite little beats that we made together. And nice little jazz beat, little MC, there's the track.
I'm never living in them council flats. I'm never giving them no council tax. All I need is.
Next one I want to showcase is this track. It's called Back to Earth. This is off the Stargazing album that I did. This is another one of my space beats. It's kicking in a sec. It's another sort of a lot of NASA samples. The whole album is meant to be a sort of space journey from takeoff to landing. The samples just sort of interpreting what you're feeling. And this is another one of them joints. Particularly like this one just because of how it's just got a strange, odd feeling, and then the strings come in. And yeah, just sort of a nice mellow beat, ready for someone to spit some bars over. And the next beat I want to showcase, this is just a bit of an experimental beat I've made. This one's a space trap, so yeah, everyone's jumping on the trap thing obviously. This is just a joke, we've made it, it's messing about, freestyling, you know, Friday nights, just messing about. People learning Ableton, messing about is a good idea, like you can get samples, started messing about with different types of drums, and yeah, just other little forms of music. It's fun things to do. Shouts out to SRC, that's it. The next joint I want to showcase is a track that I've just sort of finished recently called Springtime. This is the sort of main bit of the song coming in now. This is one of the sort of things that I like doing, is using saxophones or odd sounds and stretching them out, pitching them down. Another sort of spacey sort of background on basic drums. Yeah, so again, it's another spacey song that I've done, and another mellow sort of jazzy track. Go listen to it.
Life is only a dream.
The next track I want to introduce is Only a Dream. It's another track I just got out that I finished recently. Another just experimental thing, like coming up with random chords, looking at VSTs and getting some samples on there. Messed about with the drums a bit more on this one. Tried to add some more effects and breaks, experimenting with that recently. Again, yeah, sort of synthesizers, fun sort of wavy spaces down again.
Your face slow, your pace make you go up.
The next joint I'm going to introduce is from Ray Vendetta, produced by myself for the Effortless EP, Ray Vendetta. This is one of my, again, another favourite track of the EP. Really happy the way I got that sample in there. Got the down pitch vocal, which works for the pre-chorus. The Testa's Ghost on this, Thinking Slum Rock, Ray Vendetta, produced by myself. Next joint I want to showcase, another recent track with Strange Visitor. Sticking with the space theme again. This is more of trying to go for a soundscape type feel. Trying to create a couple of tracks that don't really have, they're not beats, but just more sound experiments or textures. And yeah, just experimenting with different samples, pitching them different ways, and creating some different sounds. The next joint I want to showcase is called Sleepy. This is a track that I think I made half of it while I was half asleep at night. It's one of the tracks I've actually tried putting scratches, cuts in on it, from recently getting a turntable. So yeah, again, just trying to learn, add some more stuff to my sort of arsenal of tools. Another slowed down sax sample, chopped up on that MPD. Yeah, it's just another mellow joint. Now I'm going to show you how I put together a joint. Let's just say we've already got a sample off a vinyl or something. I take it into Recycle to chop up. So I've got a couple of chops already done on here. Got some nice jazzy run on this. So yeah, in Recycle you can get the points nice and close, get your chops real tight, check it stands nice. Always important to get that first bit spot on. Check a couple of the other bits, skim through. So I always look for bits that always sound nice on the repeat. You can get a beat going to that. Yeah, there we go, you got something that sounds nice already from the sample. Save that out as a Rex. Got this into Ableton. Split up on the drum pads. This is the pattern that I've got so far. So yeah, this is just recorded on the MPD. Just the USB controller sitting up here. Fun to play with, just like the MPC, but yeah. doesn't record to internal hardware. It's a MIDI to Ableton over USB. So there's the little loop from the sample that we created so far. So from that, on this beat, I actually used a drum kit I already had just because it was quicker, to be honest. So for the moment, I mean, I'd still call it sort of a prototype beat. It's not quite finished. So usually, you know, you record, I haven't got that set up at the moment, but the drums through there. Here's the beat that I've got so far. Yeah, so starting to get something a bit together now. You can loop that, go back, mess with the sample. Easy enough in Ableton just to duplicate 4 bars, change up the drum break, change up the sample, put some effects on, just mess about with it as much as you want. And then the next logical step for me is going into adding some bass. Hopefully you can hear that alright. Yeah, just so far, just a pretty simple beat so far, but sample made into a beat in pretty short steps. So going from that, I've progressed on to changing up the sample and putting a couple of filters on it and just trying to make a bit of a break, which the channel's not on. So yeah, a couple of the different chops in a different order, messing about with that. Couple filters on it and that just to give the song a bit of a break, and then the beat jumps back to here how it was at the beginning. So there's sort of the basic process of getting a bit of a kit of parts to make a basic beat, and that's my process. Turntable for the samples, MPD for triggering the samples in Ableton, and then yeah, MacBook Pro for hosting it all with Audacity and Ableton being my DAW of choice.